Next matchup is Nish versus Goat. You got two animals against each other.
Beast.
Who's gonna win it? You got the Dolphins fucking going against the Eagles. It's gonna be a tough one, man. But I do still seeing it as a high scoring affair. The Eagles are currently struggling in their secondary, and I mean, I think if I remember correctly, they're trying to make defensive moves to pick up free agents in that secondary because I mean,
Leaking.
they're
It's
passing, I
leaking.
mean,
Yeah.
it's leaking, and you noticed it last week against who was it? Who ended up upsetting them? It was
The Eagles. Oh, Jets.
the Jets. The Jets with Zach Wilson, who I mean, he's okay, but I mean, they're not a Justin Herbert Chargers team, and they're not Tua, who's slinging the fucking ball. You also got Josh Jacobs against Chicago. Chicago has been better at stuff in the run, but I mean, I do see Josh Jacobs, I mean, potentially catching more passes. I think it's going to be a big upset for that game, especially with Justin Fields potentially not playing. So I'm sure they're going to be running the ball a lot more. Dante Foreman, Roshan Johnson coming back. It's going to be a tough play, and Las Vegas has been playing pretty well. Surprising, and obviously you have that tight end, that tight end duo of Kelsey and Smith. Smith surprisingly has been doing really hot. And now let's go to Goat, who's
Yeah.
playing Matthew Stafford. Um, and that's going to be a tough play. Matthew Stafford has kind of been struggling as of recently. Luckily, he's been passing it to Cooper Cup.
I think it's just that Kyron Williams is going off because
Yeah, yeah.
the opportunities aren't there because Stafford looks
Hmm.
good when he's throwing. He's just not throwing as much.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree.
And then
And minus Kyron Williams, so maybe he will be throwing more. But you got Jordan Addison, who's supposed to be the wide receiver one of the team, not
right.
looking. I just think that the reason we're going, I would assume, with Nish is because there's a lot of question marks, at least with Goat's team, especially with Jordan Addison. Is he truly the wide receiver one? Can Detroit actually do it against the Ravens? Njoku, PJ Walker's throwing to him. Like it's just it's going to be a tough one for Goat. I do see him potentially being able to win it, but I mean
For me,
to
it's
say that he's going to be exhausted.
matchups. Like
Hmm.
Taylor against Cleveland, fuck. Stafford against the Pitt pass rush, at least tough.
Hmm.
We're talking about Addison against the Niners.
Hmm.
Is Kirk gonna have any time to throw? If you can, design runs for Addison, sure.
Yeah.
Amon Ra against Baltimore. Baltimore is like top 5 defense in the league right now. It's not going to be easy. It ain't going to come easy. So then, there's a bunch of matchups that I don't like for him, and there's a bunch that I
Hmm.
like for Nish. So I mean, to
Yeah.
me, it's matchups. Not saying that team like talent is a big discrepancy, but the matchups this week, I'm chalking it up. It's
Yeah, it's
Nish.
looking rough. Yeah.